Yo.
We have returned victorious.
That's right.
We took the war to Apocalypse.
Indeed.
Parademons at my feet, lightning from one hand, ice from the other. Then Darkseid appeared. Then I got mad.
Darkseid's forces.
We were unstoppable. And if you notice, we're going to be talking about Wildstorm comics.
Exactly. Obviously.
DC Comics.
I thought we were talking about Dark Horse.
Ooh, that's a good video.
Yeah.
I haven't read enough Dark Horse.
Me neither.
Okay. I remember the first DC comic I ever got after watching the cartoons was like an issue of Superboy. Like one of the final issues of the Wild Men arc where he's on that island.
Yes.
Weird.
DC Comics are, when I was growing up, I read Marvel a lot more. I didn't have very many DC Comics growing up. I do now, obviously, but I had like a little bit of Batman, a little bit of Superman, but they were harder to keep up with because they were like, they'd already been around for so long. You know, like in the late 30s. So yeah, I didn't have any DC Comics growing up. I didn't really heavily get into them until later. I was always a Marvel guy growing up. Because DC, they were already like, they're already like 60 years in, so it's hard to keep up with. But
yeah, when I started into comic books, like I'd only be able to get like one or so like from Food Line.
Yeah.
Once every couple of months they would have them in, and it'd be like just something in the middle of a story arc, at the beginning or the ending.
Yeah, I could hardly ever start from the beginning, but over the years, I was able to track them down in various omnibus and trade paperback collections and stuff. So it'd be easier to read like all the Flashpoint and Death of Superman and Crisis on Two Earths and all the awesome Batman story arcs. The Batverse is obviously my favorite. Death of the Family and Hush and Long Halloween and all that.
Honestly, Death in the Family, like that one guy kind of cheated the results because he programmed the auto dialer.
Well, the original Death in the Family where Joker kills Robin and Jason Todd, I never understood like how, okay, Jason Todd's looking for his mother.
Yeah.
And he finds her, and she just so happens to be working with the Joker. Like, what are the odds? Like, did I miss something? It's been a while since I read it. So maybe I missed something obvious. But.
She was doing something else, then he came in and like kind of took over. Like, halfway through.
It is weird because like he was looking for her, and then like she just happened to be working with the Joker at that time.
I think it's weird that he finds a list of people, and one of them happens to be Lady Shiva.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that? Yeah, he finds a list of his dad's old contacts or something, and one of them just happens to be his mom. What are the odds of that?
Now, the weird part is that his dad was just like a small-time crook. How would he have contact with her?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, it's a lot of coincidences there. It's a little far-fetched, but other than that, it's a great...
Reign of the Superman was like where like DC actually changed. Where like
that's actually out now. The animated adaptation on DVD that came out in like a week ago. I still need to watch that because I really like the Death of Superman animated movie. It was a lot better than Doomsday.
A
lot closer to it.
Nah, it's not as good.
It was closer. It was closer. It was more faithful than Doomsday was.
They kind of ruined the Cyborg.
Yeah, I don't really like the Superman's design. He was a lot better in this one than he was in, like, say, Justice League War or Throne of Atlantis. He was kind of cocky and arrogant. Because, like, that didn't seem much like Superman. In this one, he was a lot more like Superman, and actually kind of felt sad when he, died.
I like how, like, Reign of Superman's, like, they introduced, like, 4 new characters.
Cyborg, Superman.
They're all, like, original characters. Do not steal. It's like somebody thought, like, hey, I can create a Superman, and this is what we got.
That was better than in the Doomsday adaptation where it just like Luthor cloned Superman and that was it. I was like, I never watched that. I was like, really? I was like, what about the 4? That was way better. But I don't know. I guess they.
I want to know why like Superboy's ears are pointy and he has these like dead, emotionless shark eyes.
Yeah.
I'm
looking forward to seeing that the Reign of the
One of my favorite like actual comic series is that I had actually more than 1 or 2 issues of was Young Justice book. And now they're re-releasing them in omnibuses, which works for me because individual issues are like $10 each.
Yeah,
I am not doing that.
This way.
I am not doing. Plus, like these also collect like one-shots of other stuff that's connected. Like this volume has like 2 issues of Supergirl that it's connected into like something they're already doing, so you get the full story, which is
like intertwined.
Yeah. One of series is Ziz that I never really got into. Even now that I read comics a lot, is Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
It's not interesting.
Yeah,
Not being sex or other. It's like it's not very interesting.
Some of them have been. I love mythology. I love Greek and Roman mythology.
No, the mythology's cool, but just like
always drew me to it.
her villains are mostly hit and miss. For every cheetah,
Yeah.
you have Dr. Psycho.
Yeah, and Cheetah's awesome. Ares is awesome, but yeah, some of the other ones are kind of meh. There's a lot of superheroes that don't have a lot of great villains. In DC, Batman and the Flash both have a lot of awesome villains, obviously, and Superman's got some cool ones. But
I just realized Steel doesn't have any villains. Is that weird? I'm honestly excited. Like, since they're doing all these Justice League movies, if they're gonna do like Prometheus, that'd be
probably will eventually.
Cause like he beat the Justice League like by himself.
Wish they'd hurry up and make it the Batman before Ben Affleck.
The Batman
decides not to do it anymore. I really like Ben Affleck's Batman. I don't care what anybody says. He had some better material to work with. I think he's really good. He has potential to be the best Batman. He even looks like him. He's got the jaw and everything.
We're also getting a new Justice League movie.
Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. That'll be awesome.
I actually want a new Justice League TV show, but I'll take what I can get.
That would be great too. I wish they bring back the Legion of Doom. Just have like the Justice League fight the Legion of Doom, like, but have it more serious than Super Friends.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. But they don't need to bring back Apache Chief though. That's okay.
He was okay.
yeah, he was.
A little too goofy, but it was okay.
It'd be cool to see him done like darker and like more serious.
Yeah, it seems like Native American characters don't really get a whole lot. Like you got Apache Chief, like Thunderbird, Warpath.
Yeah.
They don't really get much, but what they do get is kind of cool.
Yeah, true.
So it's like
Yeah, Thunderbird is cool.
I like how like Superman's villains are like
giant size,
super strong or smart. Flash's villains are like elemental based. Batman's are just weirdos in costume. Weirdos in gangs.
Yeah, they're all like human, pretty much. All Batman's villains.
But honestly, like my favorite kind of villains are like the like tragic ones, like Two-Face.
Yeah, like Batman's villains.
The
more psychological.
Like Two-Face and like the Cyborg shows that even with all his powers, like Superman couldn't save Hank Henshaw.
Yeah, Cyborg Superman.
And they could have done something with that, but they just kind of dropped it. Or it could have been this whole dynamic where he's angry about Superman's thinking like, you let me die. You didn't try hard. They didn't do that. It's stupid.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze is like the most tragic backstory of all, man. Like,
yeah, but he kind of
felt really bad for him.
So for some reason, like he kind of bounces back and forth. Between...
Yeah, because in like the revamped, I guess it was the New 52 or Rebirth or something.
It's not his wife.
They had it to where it loses his mom or
no, it's this girl he was obsessed with.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, she didn't even know her. Like they didn't even know each other.
And for some reason, Cassandra Cain tricked him into just
so he was like
throwing her into the Lazarus pit. She turned into a monster.
Yeah, I think he like killed his mom too at the beginning. But then the girl who was supposed to be like the Nora Freeze character in this universe, he wasn't even married to her.
You know what's stupid about all this new stuff? Okay, they came out with Red Hood and the Outlaws, and they've been saying for months that all this other stuff before didn't happen. But first issue, Arsenal's talking to her about like the Teen Titans, which aren't supposed to exist.
Yeah,
it's stupid. But like I like it because plus for some reason now like they went back and said, oh, all of Superman's continuity is real, and they remade the universe again, and it's.
How many times did they?
I like how like Marvel will introduce a new character. DC just jumpstarts everything.
Starts over, wipes the slate.
It makes it more confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Because like.
Well, they've been around for so long.
I do like how like they restarted the universe and started again, but they kept Batman series that were going on at the time still going like nothing happened.
Yeah, like a few things are still canonical, but like some things have been overwritten. I don't know, it's confusing. And, like Poison Ivy was Pamela Isley, but then she was like they've changed her origin so many times. They changed Aquaman's origin so many times too. Originally, his dad was just a scientist, and he said through some kind of scientific means they gave him the ability to breathe underwater. And then he was Atlantean on his dad's side, then it was on his mom's side, then it was on both sides or something. I don't know. They've changed it so many times. Like my favorite is like the current.
He's still boring.
Aquaman movie.
He's still boring.
Yeah, well, it depends who's writing him. He can be
Honestly,
done well.
I want like a Saturday Night Live skit with like actually get Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
and he's just wearing this pink apron like doing the dishes. And it's like,
Yeah.
the Dusty comes in like,
It's
so
like they're
how was
made.
your mission thing?
Be funny.
Great. I think we're how far are we? I can't see the timer anymore. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough.
Yeah, there's so much we could talk about when it comes to DC Comics, but
We don't have the time.
we don't have a whole year, so.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come back with a part 2.
Love Batman, love Superman, love Green Lantern, love Flash. And yeah, we'll do a part 2. So
Okay.
we'll cover
Sweet.
more stuff. And then we'll talk about the Marvel comics as
Yeah.
well. So stay tuned for that.
We'll probably barely cover anything.
Yeah, probably not. We'll scratch the surface, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Later.